Welcome back, O planetary heirs. I'm here once again with another episode of I Played a Thing, Inherit the Earth, Quest for the Orb. Last episode, we met up with Mr. Tycho Northpaw here, who was working on a map of the unknown lands to the north, and he gave us a copy of that map in exchange for repairing the lens in his light catcher, or telescope if you will. Now we can make our way to the north, where we are pursuing a raccoon, who is the #1 suspect in the theft of the Orb of Storms. So let's get out of here and make our way northward, shall we?
Very well then. We have the map, fresh provisions, and a noble purpose. What more could we possibly ask for?
Mud!
I promise that upon the completion of our mission, you shall swim in the sod to your heart's content. Now then, let us be off.
Gotta love Ock. But who, pray tell, is this?
Wait, you are Riff, are you not?
Of that I plead guilty. Who are you?
I am servant to Alara, High Priestess of the Orb of Storms. She has sent me here with a most solemn request.
If it is within my power to help Ilara, I shall gladly do so.
News has reached her that you are bound for the Wildlands. She asked that you deliver this letter to her sister, Alama.
Interesting. We haven't heard anything about a sister before.
Ilara has a sister in the Wildlands?
Yes, Alama was always the adventurer of the two. Quite a loner. When she was quite young, she chose to live in seclusion in the Wildlands. They have not seen each other in many years.
But how shall I find her?
We do not know. Perhaps she will have to find you. At any rate, if you can find her, Alara would be most grateful.
Alright, sounds fair enough. Alara's been through a lot lately, what with the theft of the orb right from under her nose. It would be the decent thing to do her a kindness.
I am happy to be of service. Tell Ilara I will try to make the delivery. Let us make haste, fellows. Our quarry beckons, and we must answer.
Can we look at the messenger here?
What else could that creature be in life but a messenger?
Riff, that seems kinda rude. And does said messenger have anything else to say?
So, what's in this letter?
Nothing much. I mean, how would I know?
I must deliver this for Alara.
Yeah, we know that, but what does it say?
It's not nice to open other people's mail.
Oh, Riff, you're no fun anymore. Alright, off we go. Actually, we should probably take a gander at that map.
Let's see where we are.
Okay, this is the map of the Wildlands to the north. We are not actually in the Wildlands yet, so it's of limited value to us, but it looks like there are quite a few places of interest to visit when we do get there. Fair enough. It's looking like to pass through these mountains, we're going to have to go through this castle here, because that's where the only pass in the mountains seems to be situated, so on we go. Can we look at it? It doesn't appear that we can. That's some interesting architecture there, though. Rather technological compared to most of the other buildings we've seen around here. Makes me wonder if perhaps some of this is a relic of the humans before they disappeared from the world. Ia, what do you think?
It appears to be the only route through to the Wildlands.
You know, I was just saying that. How about you, Ock?
Very impressive for a doghouse.
Ah, Ock seems to have some insight into what kind of critters we're going to meet here. Let's see if he's right.
Who goes there?
I am Riff of the Fox Tribe and Associates. We seek passage.
Passage you shall have. All you have to do is pay the toll. Us? Pay you? Dog must have gotten a hold of a bad bone.
By whose authority is this highway robbery allowed to happen?
Prince.
Prince who?
Prince, that's it, just Prince. He's our leader. Ringleader, you mean?
And this prince expects us to give him money just to pass through?
It's either that, or you do not pass at all. On the other hand, Prince is very fond of amusement. I'm sure that if you told him but a few humorous stories, he would not only grant you safe passage, but make you his honored guests as well.
Well, Riff seems to be a traveler, possibly something of a bon vivant. I can't help but imagine he's a pretty capable raconteur. Let's do this thing.
Not bad. A few jokes and we're out of here.
Do you think you can come up with some humorous stories?
Are you joking? I'll have him rolling on the floor. Take us to this prince. We'll teach him what amusement is all about.
Right this way.
I'm bored. Bored. I need something to do.
Oh, let's do something.
We could go chase wagons along the road. Maybe you could throw me a stick and I could bring it back.
No. Today, I feel like howling. I haven't had a good howl in a long time. Hey, everyone, how about a good group howl?
Prince, in the courtyard are...
Wow, that felt great. But now I am bored again.
My prince, there are 3 travelers at the gate who wish passage.
Did you say travelers?
That's right. They say they're on their way to the Wildlands.
Well, bring them in.
Enter!
Welcome, welcome, my friends. To whom have I the pleasure of addressing?
I am Riff of the Fox Tribe. These are my associates. Lieutenant Ia of the Guard of the Forest King. And Sergeant Ock of the Boar Tribe. We seek passage to the Wildlands, but we must respectfully decline your request for a toll.
I see. Well, my needs are small, and a bit of amusement is certainly worth as much as money to me.
Then perhaps I could entertain you with some amusing stories.
Very well. You may proceed.
Good evening, ladies and germs.
Interesting looking fellow, this prince. He wouldn't happen to have a relative named Saladin, would he? Well, no sense in pondering such matters. We've got a story to tell. Decisions. 3 brothers. That sounds strangely familiar.
Here's one. This is a really good one. Once upon a time, there were 3 brothers named Julian, Philip, and Kevin.
Surely you jest. That's just an old fairy tale. Heard it.
Fairy tale, eh? That's because the Tale of the 3 Brothers is a reference to the Fairy Tale Adventure, which was an earlier game that was also directed by Talon, probably better known than this game. I only ever tried it for a little while on the Genesis, and I couldn't really get into it, but I don't know how good a port the Genesis version actually was. I should give it a try on one of its original platforms sometime. Anyway, enough thinking about that. Let's see, how about the 2 foxes? That's a subject that should be pretty dear to Riff's heart.
Once there were 2 foxes who deeply offended the local constable. The constable swore to lock the foxes in the dungeon. So the foxes decided to dress up as females.
And in the end, the rich merchant says, oh well, nobody's perfect. Heard it?
Tough crowd. Well, excuse me, Ock, I don't mean to make you uncomfortable here, but this is a good story.
Once upon a time, there were 3 little boars, and each decided to build a house. One built his out of straw.
Oh, I know this one. So the wolf blew down all the houses except the brick house. And the brave, smart boars killed the stupid old wolf. And lived happily ever after.
Thank you so much for your help.
It seems that you have neither paid the toll, nor have you managed to amuse me. My, this is a disappointment.
Then we will be on our way and bother you no more.
Au contraire. You will yet provide me with amusement, only this time it will be on my terms. Guards,
What?
take our guests to the dungeon until I decide what to do with them.
Ow! What happened?
Apparently, Prince really didn't like that last story.
Where are we?
We're either in the dungeon or the worst inn in the world.
Interesting pronunciation on that prince there. Dungeon. Anyway, we can take a moment to size up the situation and get our usual counsel from our friends.
I miss my pasture.
Enoch doesn't seem to have anything to say at all. Well, looks like they left us a bowl at least.
It's definitely empty.
Oh, I don't want to talk to the bowl, I want to pick it up. I don't suppose we could just open the door, could we?
I think I'll need the key.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Well, Whenever you're making a prison break, a lot of the time, one of the first things you'll do, if movies have taught me anything, is to make a little bit of a ruckus. So let's try banging on the bars a little.
Did someone call me? Is everything all right? I like my prisoners. They're all my friends. Please, let me be your friend. Would you like me to get you something?
Well, this seems like a rather unusual sweetheart for a jail warden. How about some blankets?
How about some blankets? Fetch us some blankets.
I can do that. I can get you blankets. You wait, just wait, and I'll bring you blankets. I'm sorry, we don't have blankets. We don't even use blankets. Please forgive me.
Fetch us our weapons. We didn't even come in with weapons, but if you could find us some, that would be pretty cool.
How about some weapons? Fetch us our weapons.
Your weapons, of course. I can get you weapons. You wait, just wait, and I'll bring you some great weapons. Hey, wait a second. Are you trying to trick me?
Yeah, he's just trying to be nice. We really shouldn't take advantage. Nothing wrong with a little snack while we figure out our next plan of action, though.
How about some food? Fetch us some food.
I can do that. I can get you food. You wait, just wait, and I'll bring you good food. Here it is. Here's the food.
Are we supposed to eat this with our hands?
Oh, no. No hands. Just stick your face right in.
I don't think so. Excuse me, do you know what Prince intends to do with us?
No, I'm sorry. But I'm sure it's something fun. Prince is a good master. Good master.
I'm not so confident in Prince's motivation here, but never mind that. I'm not sure I'm real keen on just shoving my face into a bowl of dog food, so, a utensil or two, if you'd be so kind?
A spoon? I've heard of those. I think we have one in the museum. I'll go get it. You just wait. Here you go. I think this is a spoon. Do you like it? Is it a good one?
You really love your job, don't you?
Well, we've already asked about Prince's plans for us, and he wasn't particularly informative about that, so, I think we're pretty much done here.
We don't want anything more. You can go now.
What's the matter? Don't you like me? Have I done something wrong?
No, we like you. You've been a good jailer. Good jailer.
Thank you. I'll see you later then, all right?
I can't help but love the jailer. You know, if you spend any time with dogs, if you've had dogs in the family, you probably have encountered one or two with a personality just like that. And I think they kinda nailed it with his writing here in Inherit the Earth. So, we've got the same shit we've had for a while, and we've got a spoon and some dog food. What the hell are we going to do with that? A spoon does not make a very good lockpick, I shouldn't think. But there is one block over here that looks like a slightly different color than the others. Let's have a look-see.
This brick looks loose. If I just had something to dig it out with.
Well, how about that metal dealie we use to dig food?
I'll try this. Hey, it's working! The mortar's coming out!
Cool. That was relatively easy. Now we can just open that, right?
One, two, three, push! 1, 2, 3, push! This doesn't do any good.
Well, crap. We were able to dig out the mortar, but the block's just a little too heavy. We can't move it in our current state. How to beef up a little bit? Well, it's been a while since we had anything good to eat, and I don't know if this really qualifies as good, but it's something. Well, maybe we have to use the spoon on it.
That doesn't seem to work. I feel strangely stronger, but ugh, what a taste.
Dog food. Nature's own superfood, apparently. Except that there's nothing natural about dog food. Never mind.
One, two, three, push! 1, 2, 3, push! That's it!
At last. Do you see anything in there?
Man, that is some hardcore dog food. Well, any further thoughts, gentlemen?
Let's go.
Let's get out of here!
My sentiments exactly.
It looks like some sort of passageway. Where it leads, I can only guess.
At least it leads out of here. Let's go!
It looks like...
At
Whoop.
least...
I need to do a walk-to on that. Or perhaps I need to use it. Sometimes the correct verb isn't entirely obvious in this game, but it is an adventure game after all.
The tunnel is too small for me, and probably too small for...
It appears that I am the only one who will fit through this opening.
Very well. However, I do not like sending you out of here by yourself.
I'll be back as quickly as I can to free you. In the meantime, please try not to kill each other.
I suppose there's nothing to do now except wait.
Freedom at last.
Well, looks like we're gonna have a little bit of a trust-building exercise here. Ah, sweet, sweet air. Looks like we got a pretty straight shot to the outside here. let's go ahead and make our way into the Great Wide Open.
Uh-oh.
Well, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we have fallen into Prince's maze. And you can see Prince up here on this elevated platform. We can't actually look at him.
Nothing special about it. Nothing special about it.
Kind of cut me off there, but Riff doesn't have any comments on Prince and his guards, and we can't get anything special by talking to them, I don't think. And there is a lizard stalking around the maze who will knock us into the moat. This is harmless, but it does kind of screw with your progress if you've been trying to pick your way through the maze. Will you please knock that off? Anywho, as before when I was working my way through the rat maze, I'm going to have to pay attention to my directions here. We're ultimately looking to get to the upper left, I believe. Yeah, to the northwest I think is where we need to go. Oh shit, I think I'm almost there already. Okay, I may not have to do focused maze time at all. Yeah, I think the game might have just kind of solved the maze for me. That's one funky thing about the lizard, it can kind of semi-randomly dump you in a portion of the maze that you haven't been to before. And it may be a very useful one. I was going to do another post-commentary maze time section here, but we'll have other mazes in which I can talk a little more about the history of this game and its development. But I can't pass up on the opportunity it just gave me to not have to do the maze at all, really. So if we were to go this way, that would be back into the castle. Maybe we can sneak back in.
Nothing special about it.
Well, it is just another guard.
If I try to sneak past those guards, I'll almost certainly be captured. I'll have to come up with another way to get past them.
Yeah, not too many places to hide in a straightforward hallway like that. I suppose we'll have to move along and find another route. Or possibly some way to incapacitate the guards. However, that was the back of the castle we came out, which means we are now in the Wildlands. Let's head upward a little bit and then check out our location.
Heavens, that storm certainly appeared quickly. It looks like a bad one, too. If the Orb of Storms were in the hands of its rightful owners, we could have predicted this.
Just goes to show how important the Orb of Storms is. We better keep moving. Now then, this seems like a good time to take a look at that map.
Let's see where we are.
Ah, and there we are. We've got a little indicator of where we are ourselves. Let's see, what looks like a good place to visit first?
Let's see where we are.
This looks like maybe some kind of tent? Some kind of lean-to or shack, maybe? It captures my interest. I think we'll make our way to that place first.
At last, perhaps I can find food and shelter here.
Halt! Stand where you are.
That should be easy enough. Where else can I stand except where I am?
I'm not impressed by your clever answers. I hereby declare you my prisoner.
It's about time.
What?
Come, come. I am your prisoner. Lock me up. Confine me to quarters. It's getting late. Well, what are you waiting for? My prison cell awaits. By the way, what's for dinner?
Halt! Stand where you are.
There's that phrase again.
Prepare to meet the chiefess. Bow before her crown.
I am honored to stand before you.
Identify yourself.
I am Riff of the Fox Tribe at your service.
I have seen neither you nor your kinsman in these parts before.
My village is far to the south.
And what brings you here?
I am on a quest to return an item that was stolen from my people. We believe that it was stolen by a raccoon that lives to the north of here.
And what sort of item was stolen?
A wondrous globe known as the Orb of Storms. It predicts the weather and the seasons.
Such an item would be valuable indeed. Very well. You may pass through our village unharmed. Peace be with you. My attendant will see to your comfort. Now, if you will excuse me, I am needed elsewhere.
Follow me. I will show you where you can sleep tonight.
Your chiefess has a sadness about her.
She is extremely concerned about the health of her daughter, Merk.
What's wrong with her?
Merk was on a hunting expedition in the mountains when a sudden thunderstorm caused her to lose her footing and fall.
Wow, some bad luck with storms around here lately. There was that sudden one that appeared just a few moments ago, and then there was that sudden thunderstorm that injured the chiefess's daughter. We better find that orb as soon as possible. But for now, let's have a chat with this cat guy.
Was she badly hurt?
Her wounds were not bad, but it took the hunting party 3 days to return to the village. By then, the wounds had become infected.
Yeah, and I can't imagine that any of the morph in this world have particularly impressive medical technology, given the general state of technology in the world.
What is her condition now?
She is quite weak and delirious, and not expected to last much longer. Poor Prawa. Merk is her beloved, and her hope for our tribe.
Please accept my gratitude for your gracious hospitality.
Well, things kind of got off to a rough foot there, but once we had a little time to communicate and get to know each other, the Wildcat tribe here, not a bad bunch of folks at all. Although it's kind of weird that they all look like snow leopards and we're not in a very cold or snowy environment. Crow, what are you up to out here?
She seems to be very sad.
Well, maybe we can cheer her up a little.
Well, traveler, did you have a good night?
Very comfortable indeed. I would like to repay you if possible. I understand your daughter is quite ill.
Then you understand correctly. We had hoped to see an improvement in her condition, but those hopes are fading by the day.
May I examine her wound?
Are you a healer?
No, but in my travels I encounter many different people. If any of them can provide assistance, I shall do everything in my power to aid you in your plight.
If you can help in any way, you shall have my undying gratitude. Follow me.
No, no! Look out! The rocks are falling! Falling! Help me! Help me!
She has been like this for several days. Her fevered mind keeps reliving the accident. I fear she will not be able to hold on much longer.
Then I had best make haste. I promise to do everything I can to find a solution. Do not lose hope.
On the contrary, you have restored my hope. Good luck, Rith.
Jeez, poor kid. Anything that might be worth a clue or suggestive of a course of action if we took a closer look?
She looks like she's barely holding on.
Nope.
She's obviously quite concerned for her daughter.
As well she should be. Prowa, you have any other suggestions for us?
Prowa!
Rith, you're here! What news have you brought me?
I'm afraid it's not very good. I have been unable to find a remedy for your daughter's condition.
Then all is lost. You were our last chance.
I will return as soon as I find a solution.
Yeah, I think that's a little high as far as expectations go, given that I hadn't even left the tent yet.
Help me! Help me! I'm so hot! I'm burning! Burning!
Hold on, my darling! You must hold on!
Poor kid. Well, if I'm not mistaken, I think we've got our next subquest here. For starters, it would only be the compassionate thing to do to try and find some help for poor Merp there. And the Wildcat tribe did offer us hospitality despite being in this sad state of circumstances, so it would be something to pay them back for that, too. And who knows, maybe if we really get in their good graces, they can help us out with the two friends locked up in the dog dungeon situation. Only one way to find out, right? But that's something we'll be finding out another day. Until then, friends, thank you very much for watching. This is signing off. Today's HBO comedy special has been brought to you by Justin Carpenter, Nolden, Zangamarth, Anonymous Benefactor, John Madigan, Sanguine Games, Misha Van Doren, Frank Grizzy, Tim J., Lolo De Puzzlo, Joshua C. Ritchie, Jared C. Rice, Sonic Rose, EX Potemkin, Alicia Goranson, Mechasaurus, DG Jono, Doug Russell, August Fortnight, Patrick Bellinger, Rob Lyons, Andy Kurland, Jarogue, Martin Schoenmakers, Mayo the Hedgefox, Hildegard Argelmach, IGV, Jazel, Joseph Hall, Hot Mayo Sandwich, Dan Larson, Electric Keat, McCaffrey Crandall, K. Ivan Rupert, Jay Black, Charlie Dunst, Kikoskia, Kobo4231, and other patronly purveyors of mirth. As always, I hugely appreciate your support, and I'd also like to send some thanks out to all my faithful subscribers and commenters, and everyone out there watching. Glad to have you all along, I wish you the best in the coming week, and I'll see you next episode.